So, little bit of unfortunate news today. Well, actually, not really unfortunate. I just kind of realized something that I think I wanted to share with you guys. So, on Monday, I failed 315. And it really bothered me a lot because before that, we did 275 for 5, and we did 290 for 3. Now, not with the best form, but logically, okay, like 315 should be doable. And to be fair, like before that, I did take 4 days off because I was visiting family. And it bothered me a lot because I saw my squat numbers like consistently going up 10, 20 pounds every week. Like we're squatting 355 for 5 now. And I was thinking about it and I was like, okay, well, why did that happen, right? How did I fail? And even today, like we benched today and we got 245 for 8 and like 275 for like 2, you know? And I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, well, what's going on, right? Why are my squatting numbers going up like, consistently while my benching numbers are still like they're kind of stagnating a little bit? And most people would argue, oh, it's your genetics. Oh, it's like the workouts you're doing. Some people would even argue like, bro, like benching's bullshit, whatever, but not me, right? I have pride. I have pride in my lifts, and I refuse to acknowledge the fact that, oh, it's just genetics, right? You can't do that. Because honestly, I believe anything's possible if you genuinely put your mind to it, and if you genuinely put in the time, you will do better than the person that just puts in like, a little bit of effort but has a ton of talent, right? And I realized it was because for my split now, right, Monday's chest, Tuesday's legs, Wednesday's arms, Thursday is chest again, Friday is deadlift, Saturday's legs. And I realized because for me, I expose my hamstrings and technically my quads working with the deadlift 3 times a week, right? Deadlift is kind of a lighter exposure because it's mainly back, right? And after deadlifts, I don't do any other leg workouts. I just do back. And I was thinking about it. I was like, wait, I expose my leg muscles to stimuli 3 times a week, right? And it kind of showed because like my front squat has also been going up. So whatever I've been doing with legs has been working. Now legs obviously are a slower recovery, body part. And I was thinking about it. I was like, well, and I was starting to draft up an idea where, like this isn't for everybody. And I'll say this for beginners: do not lift 6 times a week. Your body just isn't built for it. You're going to hate your life. Start with 3 to 4 times a week before you go into, going nuts, right? Don't do 6. I do 6 because I like working out. Keeps my mental in check, and also, my body recovers pretty quickly, so I can take the pain. But for me, I realized and I was trying to draft up the idea, maybe I should expose benching 3 times a week. Like for example, on arms, maybe do some closed grip bench, right? Because from my perspective, as you start progressing in the lifts, you need progressive overload or more stimuli in order to improve your lifts, right? More exposure allows for your muscles to, get used to weight under pressure. That's why, like, for people at the top end, they don't like taking breaks, right? They don't like it because, they come back and all their lifts are fucked, right? And even for people that lift a bit more inconsistently, they don't see strength gains because they'll lift, they'll take 3 days off, come back, it's the same thing, take 3 days off, come back, probably get injured or something, take a couple of days off, maybe drink on the weekends, come back, ass, right? Like genuine fucking trash. versus the guy that say lifts 4 times a week, or even 5 times a week. I feel like that's ideal for most people, 4 to 5 times a week. 6 times a week, if you're addicted to the gym, go ahead. Just make sure your protein's right. 3 times a week, I think, is like bare minimum. If you're not lifting 3 times a week, bro, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Even for like low volume guys, 3 times a week is like the minimum. But yeah, anyways, though, back to the main discussion. This is kind of like the first thing that I've theorized, and I'm not a scientist or anything. I probably do way more like bro science. I just feel like kind of the results I've gotten so far have been pretty decent. So moving forward, I'm gonna introduce, so Monday is gonna be like chest day. Wednesday is gonna be mainly arms, but we're also gonna do some close grip bench press, right? About probably like 3 chest movements, because honestly the thing is that even on triceps, I do, well, ideally after chest day, after like you finish chest, you want to do triceps, because your chest is going to assist you in those tricep movements. So you want to tire out your chest and then hit triceps, for people that don't know. That's like at least how I've done it for ever since I started, and that's how I noticed the most amount of improvement in my triceps. But so moving forward, Monday, chest and triceps, maybe some pull-ups, shoulder stuff. Do my delts, because I've been trying to grow my rear delts. Front delts are decent, side delts are okay, and then I'm trying to grow my rear delts, trying to get that 3D delt look. So we got to work on that. But yeah, so Monday, chest and tri. Wednesday, arms mainly, but also do a little bit of chest movement. And then I do triceps like 3 times a week. So that's kind of why I'm thinking that, yeah, let's make that adjustment and actually ramp up the chest exposure. So that way, I don't know, it grows faster. I don't fucking know. I don't know science. I don't know studies. I don't know shit. I just know that it works for legs. And a little bit of backstory on my legs. My legs were fucking terrible for a long time. I was scared to fucking squat 225 like last year. And then I started just doing them more and more and more. Like I went from once a week to twice a week. And that helped. Front squats also, if you don't do front squats, I recommend you should do them. And then this past season, for these past couple of months, I've been doing deadlifts on their own separate day. And then I added an additional leg day on Saturday. And honestly, that made a huge difference. Having those 2 leg days on Tuesday and Saturday, and then having that day where I do deadlifts and then back, I've noticed my squat numbers have been going up consistently. I'd say late November, we did 405 for 3 on deadlift. Now we just hit 455 for my 1 rep max in a month. Not bad. And then even on squat, we did 315 for 5. And then just on Tuesday, we did 355 for 4. So not bad. We're seeing the progression. So yeah, I just feel like moving forward, just implement that. I don't know what I'm going to do with this channel. I know it's mainly going to be lift stuff, but I also do occasionally want to talk about, life stuff, because I feel like for most of my audience, it's probably going to be a bunch of young guys, and life's hard for a young man. So I don't know. For everyone watching, type in the comments what you would like to see. If you'd like to see more lifting advice, I can definitely give that. If you'd like to see maybe some, just general stuff about life, go ahead. I have a TikTok as well where I post, some lifts on there. I believe I do have some on my YouTube shorts too, if you're curious for whatever reason. But yeah, I feel like this like YouTube channel is going to be just me kind of yapping a little bit about lifting. But yeah, that's all. Yeah. All right. Deuces, y'all.